pretty boring game on Saturday, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, that was on the pitch at least. I don't think it was the most exciting game in the world, but behind the scenes, apparently there was a little bit of excitement. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But first of all, let's just have a little chat about the game, because I haven't talked about it yet on this page, and I just want to give my thoughts on it, really. I mean, look, we put out our starting lineup, which apparently was changed at the last minute. Somerville was apparently supposed to be starting that game, but at the last minute a change was made, and I think Antonio was brought in instead of Somerville, and then Kudus was moved over to the left, Bowen onto the right, Paquetá, Souček was in there as well alongside Rodriguez, and it was good to see Todibo getting his first Premier League start as well. And by the way, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. He was my man of the match for this game. Right, Todibo, fantastic start. Looks like he's building a really good partnership with Max Kilman. And look, I know that we conceded within the first 40 seconds, but apart from that, I thought we put in a really solid defensive display. Right, it was a lapse of concentration in the first minute, and we need to be working on that. We need to be on it from the first minute, and we weren't in this game. So, look, going back to the starting lineup, though, yeah, I wasn't overly pleased with it. I wasn't pleased to see Souček in there. Right, I'm going to come out and say it now. Right, I've said it on many videos before the game. I wasn't happy to see Souček there, and I definitely wasn't happy to see Antonio there either. I thought he did well when he came on against Liverpool, as an impact sub, and I thought, right, we found, the perfect role for him now, right, as an impact sub. But no, he goes straight into the starting lineup again. Now, was this because there was no Nicholas Fulkirk there? Was this because we wanted... we didn't want Bowen up top? I'm not sure. Alright, now how long is Fulkirk going to be out? It's an Achilles injury. Hopefully he'll be back for Ipswich. I do think he will. He's been training, but I just don't think we want to rush him back. So hopefully this, Antonio starting up front may not be the case next Saturday when we play Ipswich. So right, we go behind. We go behind after 40 seconds, and we look okay. All right, we're good defensively. We're doing the job there. Midfield, it's semi-okay. We're passing it around okay, but we look really toothless up front. Very toothless. We don't know what we're doing. We can't create any ideas. We can't create any chances. It doesn't look particularly good. And, there was a couple of players doing what they normally done. Bowen kept on trying down the right. Kudus kept on picking it up and running with it down the left. But as I say, it wasn't leading to anything. It wasn't at all. So, yeah, changes were needed at half-time. I do think that. And they go in at half-time and they come out in the second half and changes are made. Not the changes that anyone expected, though. Right? One thing you've got to say about Lopetegui, he is unpredictable. Right, we've been used to very predictable substitutions, and we've been used to him just changing the players but not changing the system. Lopetegui, at least, is trying new things, changing it in the middle of the game, making unexpected substitutions. If he doesn't think a player is performing to the best of his ability, he will be taking them off, no matter their name, which I do think is a good thing. Still, though, I was concerned when I saw that Mohamed Kudus and Emerson were both coming off, and Mavropanos and Solo were coming on at half time. I did not agree with that. I thought, what are we doing? And then Mavropanos had moved to right back. At first I thought, are we going to a back three? And then, what is it? Like Bowen as a wing back and Wan-Bissaka as a wing back? No, but it wasn't. Wan-Bissaka moved out to the left, so he was playing left back, and Mavropanos was playing right back. And we still had Todibo and Kilman in there. And then Sola kind of slotted into that number 10 role a little bit, and I think Souček moved a little bit further up top, and our performance improved. It improved. I mean, we looked a hell of a lot better. We looked a hell of a lot more dangerous going forward in our second half, and Lopetegui said after the game that we played more as a team, and I would agree with that. I thought we were playing more as a team in our second half. I mean, it still wasn't like the most fantastic performance I've ever seen from us, but it did lead to us getting that equaliser. Paquetá used his strength to win the ball and passed the ball into an area. There was a couple of good touches in there. Then I think it was an Antonio miss-hit shot that made the ball fall to Thomas Souček, who of course was in the right place at the right time. And yet again, I criticised the man for at the beginning of the game, and he goes and proves me wrong. I love it when he proves me wrong. I do. I mean, I always hope that he is going to prove me wrong. But yeah, I thought he was really good on Saturday. Really, really good. Right, a lot of the things that I usually criticise him for, not doing enough in the midfield, not getting on the ball enough, he did all that. He did all that, and he put in a really fantastic performance. So if he continues to do that, I've got no problem with him being in that starting lineup. I really haven't, especially if he can put in performances like that. And so yeah, we get that equaliser. We go on to draw the game. It was a little bit frustrating, a little bit nervy, but yeah, I mean, it was a fair result in the end of the game. But we had some chances, and I thought, yeah, we did do better in the second half. But still, there's a lot of things we need to improve. Defensively, though, I do have to say this one more time. I thought we were excellent defensively on Saturday. Now, after the game, it came out that there was a little bit of a bust up at half time. Mohamed Kudus apparently wasn't happy. Now, I've waited till today to talk about this because I'd only kind of heard rumours, and I wanted to see if I can hear a little bit more about it. I've heard more about it today, and I think we've all heard that news now. That there was a bust up between Mohamed Kudus and Lopetegui. I think the story kind of goes as I've heard it. Lopetegui brought the players in, started having a go at them. Right, having a shout at them, saying they're not playing as a team, and he's going to make some substitutions. And he said the substitutions, and then Kudus was not particularly happy, and apparently had to be separated. Now, I don't know how true that is, but that is what has been said, that they had to be separated. Now, Kudus probably wasn't happy at being substituted. Don't blame him. He probably thought he was giving it a go, which I thought he did. But as I say, he wasn't really creating much. Now, one of the criticisms I have had of Kudus so far this season is he does pick up the ball a lot and he does run with it, and he's brilliant at scaring defences. But there hasn't been any end product yet. There hasn't really. I think he's only created like 2 big chances, and he's got no assists and no goals yet. So maybe Lopetegui looked at it and thought, right, we're just giving the ball to Kudus, because that is what we were doing in the first half. We literally were just trying to get the ball to Kudus and seeing what he could do. And so he probably looked at that and thought, do you know what? If I take Kudus out there, they got to play a different way. And that's the direction he went in. And fair dues to him, I thought it worked. I probably still wouldn't have taken Kudus off, because I still feel like he is such a fantastic player. He could have a poor half, but then have an excellent second half. But that's the decision he went with. And as I say, it worked. Now, do I think this is massively serious or worrying? Not overly. Personally, I feel like they've probably already sorted it out. There was a video West Ham posted up earlier today of the players coming into training. Kudus was going into training, so pretty sure that him and Lopetegui would have sat down, cleared the air, sorted it all out, and be past in the past, because these things happen all the time. These happen all the time, every single club. Right, there's arguments in the dressing room. It all gets a little bit heated sometimes. Things boil over. These things happen, but the important thing is that they are resolved quickly, and hopefully this has been resolved quickly, and we do not have to worry about this anymore. Now, we can question, was Lopetegui right to bring Kudus off or not, or we won't, but hey, we've got to move on from that now. As I say, I do think it's a positive that he's not afraid to change things up. And if he doesn't think a player is performing, he will bring them off. No matter their name. They could be Kudus, they could be Bowen, they could be Paquetá. We've seen it do it with all 3 of them. Right? He's dropped Paquetá before. He's taken Bowen off very early in the game when he hasn't been performing. Now he's done it with Kudus as well. So he's not afraid to make these changes. And hopefully these players are looking at it and say, right, if I don't want to go off Eddie, I need to be putting in better performances. So maybe that's the kind of reaction we get, and hopefully we do get a positive reaction from Kudus in our game against Ipswich on Saturday. So yeah, other interesting things. I think Sola came on. I think he looked really, really good. Added something more into that midfield. As I say, we looked a hell of a lot more balanced, and I was really impressed with his performance. For Aaron Wan-Bissaka looked fantastic down that left hand side. For a right back, he is brilliant. Going forward on that left, he really is. And yeah, that's some of the best performances I've seen from him so far have been on that left hand side. I was impressed with Mavropanos on the right as well. I would not mind if our backup right back was Mavropanos. I really wouldn't. If we've got both centre backs fit and we want to put a right back on, I wouldn't mind that. I thought he looked okay, and he's got a good ball in, he's got a good shot on him as well. I know we haven't seen that much, but he has. So I do, I thought there were some positives, but still a lot to worry about. And hopefully we are beginning to iron out all these little crinkles, and things will start improving. Anyway, I'm going to end it now. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Come on, you Irons.